Hi, I am Ravi Kumar. In this video, we will see different mathematical equations for different types of amplitude modulation techniques. For that one, we require these things. Fourier transform of cos 2 pi fct is 1 by 2 into delta of f minus fc plus delta of f plus fc. It indicates that the frequency spectrum contains two impulses. One is at minus fc and another one is at plus fc. And frequency shifting property. If the Fourier transform of g of t is g of omega, then the Fourier transform of g of t into some cos 2 pi fct is obtained as g of f minus fc. This is capital G. Observe this one. That is, the frequency spectrum of this g of t is shifted to minus fc and shifted to plus fc. What is the meaning of this one? The frequency shifting property states that if you multiply the signal g of t with cos 2 pi fct, the spectrum is having this frequency only, g of f spectrum only, but shifted at minus fc and plus fc. With these two properties, we are going to see the mathematical representation of the different amplitude modulation techniques. First of all, we will see the DSBSC. The term DSBSC indicates here double sideband suppressed carrier. Here no carrier is there. Double sidebands, two sidebands are there in this modulation, in this spectrum. We'll see what is the meaning exactly here. The mathematical representation is, consider here m of t is some message signal and carrier signal as AC cos 2 pi fct. Here m of t is the message signal, right, where carrier is AC cos 2 pi fct. Then the DSBSC can be represented mathematically as S of t is equal to just multiplication of this message signal m of t with the carrier AC cos 2 pi fct. This is just multiplication. See, we already familiar that from the frequency shifting property, what happens to the frequency spectrum? Frequency spectrum for the DSBSC signal, if we multiply some signal with the AC cos 2 pi fct, the spectrum of this message signal is going to shift into minus fc and plus fc. Consider this is as the message signal spectrum, which is having maximum frequency at omega, right? So this spectrum now we have to transmit by DSBSC modulation. The DSBSC modulation signal contains the spectrum. This spectrum is going to shift it to plus fc and also minus fc. Plus fc it is shifting means here the center point is fc here. Here omega shifting to fc means fc plus omega. Here it is fc minus omega. So here we are saying this one as here upper sideband, this one, and this is called lower sideband. So by observing this DSBSC signal spectrum, we are saying, we came to know that the bandwidth required to transmit this DSBSC signal is difference between this frequency and this frequency, that is fc plus w minus fc plus w. So fc getting cancelled, it is 2w. So that is, we require 2 times of the bandwidth, 2 times of the frequency present in the message signal. And observe here, this W is the highest frequency present in the message signal. That's why the bandwidth required to transmit this double sideband suppressed carrier signal is equal to twice of the highest frequency present in the message signal. So this much bandwidth is required to transmit this signal. And also we look for the power constraints here. So how much power is required to transmit this one means the power required to transmit this USB and power required to transmit LSB, right? Because we have to transmit both USB and LSB here. Thus, we are concluding these 3 points. First of all, the DSBSC signal is obtained by multiplying the message signal m of t with the carrier signal AC cos 2 pi fct, right? We will get the DSBSC signal. The second point is the bandwidth required to transmit this DSBSC signal is obtained from the spectrum 2 into the frequency, highest frequency present in the message signal. Next, the third point is the power required to transmit should be equal to the sum of USB power plus LSB power. So now we will see the another modulation method, amplitude modulation method. See, to transmit the signal over long distance, the power in the signal should be high. Whatever signal we are transmitting, the DSBSC signal or the modulated signal, the power should be high so that it can transfer to the long distance. So here this m of t into cos 2 pi fct is nothing but the DSBSC signal, because it is generated by multiplication of message signal into carrier signal. Here observe, here unity amplitude is taken for carrier, AC is equal to 1 here. So to this signal we are adding extra carrier AC cos 2 pi fct to transmit the signal to the long distance. If we add an extra carrier, we are increasing the power in the signal such that it can transmit to the long distance. So if we add this carrier, extra carrier, I am writing this final equation as AM modulation, that is AC cos 2 pi fct plus m of t into cos 2 pi fct. Okay. So here taking AC common here, 1 plus m of t by AC cos 2 pi fct. What is m of t here? Is the message signal, right? So here we are defining one parameter Ka, which is called amplitude sensitivity. It is 1 by AC Ka into m of t cos 2 pi fct. This is the equation AC into 1 plus Ka m of t cos 2 pi fct. When we want to write in terms of modulation index mu is equal to AM by AC, we know this formula. Writing m of t as AM cos 2 pi fmt here. So AM by AC, Ka is equal to 1 by AC. So AM by AC, it is 1 plus mu cos 2 pi fmt cos 2 pi fct. This is the mathematical equation for the AM wave. S of t is equal to AC into 1 plus mu cos 2 pi fmt into cos 2 pi fct. Similarly, we have to observe the frequency spectrum of this signal. So we know that one, if you multiply the message signal with cos 2 pi fct, the frequency spectrum is the m of t message signal frequency spectrum shifted to plus fc and minus fc. So that is, this is the message signal. This signal is shifted to plus fc and minus fc for this step. Now we have added an extra carrier. Due to this extra carrier, what is the frequency spectrum of this carrier? AC cos 2 pi fct. The Fourier transform of AC cos 2 pi fct is nothing but 1 by 2 into delta of f minus fc into delta of f plus fc. That is, f at plus fc one impulse is there, at minus fc one impulse is there. That is, so along with these signals, that is along with this message spectrum, at plus fc we have one impulse called carrier, and also at minus fc we have one impulse for the carrier here. That is the difference. For the DSBSC only, at fc we have this spectrum, at minus fc we have the spectrum, but here due to the extra carrier here, the frequency spectrum of the AM signal contains the extra carrier at the fc frequency and minus fc frequency. What is the use of this carrier? This carrier helps to increase the power in the signal so that the signal can be transmitted to long distance, right? So due to adding this carrier, what will happen? The bandwidth is equal to, here bandwidth nothing but the difference between these two, that is fc plus w minus fc plus w. So fc getting cancelled, so 2w only. What is w here? W is the highest frequency present in the message signal. So bandwidth is not changing due to the adding the carrier. The bandwidth same as a DSBSC. There SC means suppressed carrier. There the carrier is not present in the frequency spectrum. Here we are adding inserting the carrier. So it is the AM modulation. What about the power? Power is equal to, so the power required to transmit this signal is upper sideband power. This is the upper sideband and lower sideband, and also the carrier power. The carrier power also we have to provide so that it will transfer to the long distance. See, we will derive later what is PC, what is PUSB, and what is PLSB power equations, right? So the difference here is, in the first mathematical equation we are adding some extra carrier. To this extra carrier, the power is increased in the signal such that it can transfer to the long distance, but the bandwidth is not changed anything, right? Now we will see the another modulation technique called single sideband modulation, or SSBSC we call single sideband suppressed carrier. Why? Because in this modulation technique also we are not transferring any extra carrier. Before discussing this method, I want to give information about these two things. What is signal bandwidth and what is channel bandwidth? The signal bandwidth indicates that it should require that much bandwidth to transfer the signal from transmitter to receiver. That is, the channel should have at least that much bandwidth to transfer that signal. If the bandwidth of the signal is very less, then the channel can accommodate more signals at a time. So that's why the signal bandwidth should be very less the channel bandwidth will be more. But the available channels are of band limited channels. Those are limited to some specific bandwidth only. So that's why, as possible as much, we have to reduce the signal bandwidth, then we can transfer more number of signals to the channel. So in this SSBSC modulation technique, we are going to take care of that one. That is, in DSBSC and AM modulation, the bandwidth is twice of the highest frequency present in the message signal. Now we will see how to reduce the bandwidth from 2W. By observing the spectrum of DSBSC and amplitude modulated signal, we are transferring LSB and USB both. Actually, the same information is present in both LSB and USB. The message signal is present in USB and also in LSB. So there is no need to transmit both LSB and USB. You can transmit either LSB or you can transmit either USB, so that the signal can be recovered. So that's why here, by using single sideband technique, we are going to transmit either upper sideband or lower sideband, such that only the bandwidth becomes W only. Right. So then also the power is also reduced here. Power is either upper sideband power or lower sideband, only that much power is enough to transfer that signal. And now we'll see the mathematical representation of this single sideband suppressed carrier. So the single sideband suppressed carrier is generally generated by first generating the DSBSC signal. In this generated DSBSC signal, we are transferring either USB or either LSB. See how we are writing this one. See, m of t is nothing but AM into cos 2 pi FMT. Let us consider. So AM into AC cos 2 pi FMT cos 2 pi FSCT. So here divide by 2 and into 2. So AC AM by 2, 2 cos A cos B are writing as cos of A minus B plus cos of A plus B. So this is the upper sideband term and this is the lower sideband term. So we can transmit this one or this one. So the equation can be written as the SSB equation, that is the single sideband suppressed carrier equation. If you transmit USB AC AM by 2, here cos of A plus B, you are splitting cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. Here, what is m of t? AM into cos 2 pi FMT. What is AM sin 2 pi FMT? It is m hat of t. M hat of means 90 degrees phase shift. So 90 degrees phase shift of cos is nothing but the sin here. So I have written the final equation of SSB as AC by 2 into m of t cos 2 pi FCT minus AC by 2 m hat of t sin 2 pi FCT. This is the mathematical representation of the SSB modulated signal. This is for upper sideband. For lower sideband, you can change this one as a plus. Why? Because for the lower sideband, the equation is FC minus F. So by using SSB modulation, the things are, we are able to reduce the signal bandwidth, which is very more important. Why? Because the band limit, the channels are band limited. The signal bandwidth is very less, then we can accommodate more number of signals in the channel. And also the power required to transmit the signal is very less. Why? Because we require either upper sideband power or lower sideband power. We will see in detail the equations of power in the coming videos. This is about single sideband modulation.